Welcome to ELA with Mrs. D's. Our standard for today is grades 11 and 12, 4.1. Define figurative, connotative, tone, and word choice. Today, we'll be discussing the figure of speech, irony. What is irony? Irony is a contradiction between appearance and expectation and reality. The purpose of irony is to make the audience stop and think about what has just been said or emphasize a central idea. Let's look at an example. Study the image. What do you see? We see that it's raining, but we also see that the sprinkler system is going. What makes this ironic situation? Well, the sprinkler system supplies water to feed the grass and the trees, and so does rain. Isn't it ironic? There are several types of irony, but we're going to focus on verbal irony, rhetoric, and situational irony, events. Let's take a look. Verbal irony, the most common, is characterized by differences in what the writer or speaker says and what he or she actually believes to be true. The two types of verbal irony are understatement. The speaker says something that downplays the situation in order to actually highlight its magnitude, and overstatement. The speaker exaggerates the situation, once again to highlight its opposite. Let's take a look at examples. In Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers by R.R. Tolkien, Gimli's quip, "You'll find more cheer in a graveyard," is an example of an understatement. His statement underscores the sense of misery that has befallen the people of the city of Rohan. Now let's look at an example of an overstatement. An example of an overstatement would be you finding spare change in your couch and saying, "Hey, I'm rich." Although it may be simple quarters and pennies that may not add up to much, by you using the term rich, you're overstating the importance or significance of the change or money that you found. Let's not confuse irony with sarcasm. Sarcasm is like irony, but it is designed to mock or criticize someone or something. Let's take a look. Verbal irony. Great, another homework packet. Sarcasm. Giving homework must be what you live for. In the verbal irony example, we know most students wouldn't really classify receiving homework as being something great. And in the sarcasm example, we see that the student is ridiculing the teacher by saying that teacher has nothing better to do than give homework. So let's recap. Verbal irony can be used to overstate or understate a situation to emphasize or highlight significance. Unlike sarcasm, verbal irony does not ridicule or criticize. Now let's talk about situational irony. Situational irony involves discrepancies between expectation and reality in events or situations. Let's take a look. In O. Henry's short story, Gift of the Magi, a poor couple sacrifices something very valuable to each of them in order to buy a gift to complement each prized possession. The wife cuts her long, beautiful hair to buy her husband a fob chain for his prized watch, and the husband sells his prized watch to buy his wife tortoiseshell combs to hold up her beautiful hair. Now, isn't this an example of situational irony? A subset of situational irony is dramatic irony. Dramatic irony involves a discrepancy between the character's perception and what the reader or audience knows to be true. Let's look at an example. In Sophocles' Oedipus Rex, Oedipus vows to take revenge for the murder of the previous king. This is an example of dramatic irony because the audience knows that it is Oedipus himself who is the murderer. How can we spot irony in text? 1. Look for contradictions in what is said and what is happening. 2. Pay attention to word choice and tone. 3. Ask yourself, what is being emphasized? How do we analyze irony? Well, use the CED method. 1. Cite. Identify an example of irony and determine the type of irony being used. 2. Explain the effect of the technique. 3. Discuss how the example adds meaning to the text. Let's look at an example. Our text for analysis is The Possibility of Evil by Shirley Jackson. This short story follows the protagonist, Miss Adela Strangeworth, an unassuming elderly woman on a quest to rid the town of evil. Miss Strangeworth believes she is accomplishing her goal by offering judgmental advice and sending demeaning letters in secret to the people in her community. Let's take a look. Let's look at the excerpt. She slipped her fingers into the slot and two of them fell inside. The third caught the edge and fell outside and onto the ground at Mrs. Strangeworth's feet. This is an example of dramatic irony because we know something that the character doesn't. When discussing this particular excerpt, we want to say that this example will ultimately lead to the revelation of Strangeworth's true side. And we can talk about how Jackson is using dramatic irony to espouse the theme that people are not always what they seem. Time for review. Irony. Irony is a contradiction between appearance, expectation, and reality. Some types of irony are verbal, situational, and dramatic. We can spot irony by looking for contradictions, looking at word choice, and tone. Use the CED method to help you analyze how irony works in writing. See you next time.